fiery passion not even the sun could match. With friends that have our back through thick and thin and back again, we will never be alone. Problems look so small with accomplishments near. Our grades are back on track, straight A's across the board. Acceptance to college is looking very promising. Without the friends and family that surrounded us, we never would have healed. It is due to them that we are not still lost in the depths of insanity and self-loathing. We owe them so much, yet they ask for nothing. They have become a part of us, and our life speaks to their love. We may never be able to thank them properly, besides living forever with them in our heart. After the terrible darkness we went through, who could have thought it would be so light? After such fear there could be peace. After such hate there could be love. After cold loneliness there could be warm embraces. Who could have ever known life would be so wonderful? We are not a victim. We are a survivor. With all my heart, soul, mind, and body, me. Stage 5. Looking back. Healed. It started in the dark and cold, but now it is different, or so it's told. The girl who had lost her light found again her will to fight. For the demons have been banished from the sacred land. Without a soul to feed upon, they soon became famished. In their place stand a royal band, their sworn duty to protect from any evil they detect. The girl knows what happened is true, but she has started fresh and new. Evil played a twisted game, which it ultimately lost. The girl grew stronger from the pain, even though it was at a cost. To help others she now has the tools, she will never again be evil's fool. Her smiles are no longer painted, for she knows she was never tainted. December 3rd, 2008. Love is such a fickle thing. Another love has come and gone before I ever wrote his name in this book. We started dating on July 3rd. This would have been 5 months if I hadn't separated from him 2 Sundays ago. I said separate instead of broke up because it was civil. There was no arguing, just an agreement that what had been there was no longer there. We are still friends and still talk. He says one day he will win me back. We will see. His name is John Traver, but I call him Pyro. I think I am done with the dating thing. I will wait till God brings that right guy for me. For now I will focus on developing me and growing in God. I'm a senior in high school. It all seemed to go by so fast. I ended up switching schools for my last year. All my friends are going somewhere else. I guess I focus more on schoolwork. I have all A's. Enough about this boring prittle-prattle. I'm talking to myself again. Not that I ever truly stop, but it's getting to the point I'm telling myself to shut up. The school counselor is full of her candy-coated smiles and checkups, but she truly doesn't want to hear. She thinks everything is stress. I told my mom about the voices and told her I wanted to start counseling again. That was a month or so ago, and still nothing has happened. How do I save myself when I'm in a water screaming for a flotation device, getting no response, and the water is getting thicker? I don't have any more sleeping pills. Not that they really worked. I've had 2 major panic attacks in school and a few minor ones. I've been able to control. I don't really eat. I snack. I get nauseous easy and hate to waste food. Today I've eaten a chicken burger, half a packet of wheat and cheese crackers, and a bag of popcorn. I'm probably going to go to bed before I eat anything else. Then there are always the people I only see and voices I only hear. I told my mom about the 2 people that reside in the corner above my TV when the lights go out. They talk to each other about me, but never to me. They said they don't mind, I can hear, because they know I think they are only in my head and that I wouldn't tell anyone, and if I did, no one would believe me. They have some plan for me that apparently I am not ready for. I have surmised they want to take me to a different world that apparently I am supposed to help with some sort of ability I haven't developed yet. Holy cow, I'm just sitting here listening to music and reading through some of my old entries, and I heard someone holler my name. I paused my music and yelled back, thinking maybe my mom came home from work. When no one answered, I went out to look, and the house is empty. I am the only one in here. God, please don't let this be happening again. I don't want to go back to where I was. Could I be creating the voices? Could I just be lonely and creating things to keep me company? The voice that stands out the most is male, nameless. His face is never clear, but he has wings, big, beautiful wings. Sometimes he is my protector, at other times my attacker. Last night he wanted to take me away with him, but I told him no. He was upset at first, but eventually agreed and simply held me while I slept. He is so funny. Sometimes. Right now he is talking to Pyro. He uses my fingers to type. December 4th, 2008. He says he is my guardian, and that he can't tell me his name because if a charge knows the spirit guardian's name, then the guardian is taken away and the charge receives a new one. He told me I can give him a name. I don't know what to pick yet. I decided to call him Akari, light, when he is nice, and Kuri, dark, when he is mean. Akari was interesting this morning. He traveled with me on the bus, rested ahead of my knee, and held my hand. After Pyro talked to him last night, he thinks Akari is real. I'm not sure if I think he is real or not. I think part of me wants to believe he is in my head so I have control. I can't see him with my eyes, only my mind. And I can't truly feel him. It's just that I know it's there, and I know what it feels like, so my mind thinks it's feeling it. December 6, 2008. I just got off the phone with Pyro. I called him because I was contemplating shooting myself in the head and thought he would be most likely not to tell anyone. I didn't want to kill myself. I just thought it would make the things in my head go away. It worked in Fight Club. I don't know. Tonight just ended up going so wrong. It started when I wanted to take a shower. I took a safety pin to try and get rid of these bumps on my chest. But when I stabbed the pin into my chest, I felt nothing. No pain, no pressure, nothing. So I punched the wall of the shower to assure I could still feel pain. I could. I went to bang my head on the wall, miscalculated, hit the electric shower cleaner and hurt my head. Then my sisters came. Let me explain. There are two main ones, a fiery redhead and a long-haired raven. They are figments of my mind, yet they have complete control over me. Did you know you could be violated by imaginary people? I didn't until I met them. They say it's a game. They have been around since as long as I can remember living in this house. They might even be the same ones from when I was really little living in California. They play the same game, only when I was little they would turn the water so hot that my skin turned red. I was dirty then. The burning water cleansed me. Up until tonight I never realized I was completely helpless, a victim of my own mind. December 8, 2008. I'm sick. I don't know how long I have been sick, but I am. There is something wrong with my head. I know it's normal for kids to have imaginary friends. Mine just never went away. When I was younger, I had my friends, everything tiny, sporty, and ginger. However, imaginary friends were not enough for me. I had to have imaginary enemies. Meanie was Tiny's twin sister, and the ringleader of the not-so-nice girls. She would also hire other people to do terrible things. I didn't just play with my imaginary people. I took on the role of one of them, good and bad. There was no me in the game. I disappeared and became a character playing with my mind. I think for a small amount of time all my imaginary people vanished. Then, when you aren't supposed to have imaginary friends, I started getting new ones. Everyone keeps telling me that since I know they aren't real, that I'm not crazy. Since I know they aren't real, why can't I control them? I asked my mom about a counselor. She said she would call. I just don't want to pass by this time where I know something is wrong, screaming for help and fall into that pit where fantasy becomes reality. Perhaps this journal will serve as a reminder of where my mind is supposed to be, help me find my path, when and if I become lost. Oh, please just save my mind, bring me sanity. February 22nd, 2009. Started building my sword to fight my papa's battle. March 2nd, 2009. I've started the process to become a healthier, stronger me. I have been pumping water with lemon juice to detox. Tonight I am going to pump water with honey. Last night I did my first hydrotherapy or shower contrast after the shock wore off. It was oddly refreshing. I have edited my diet to be close to fasting but also eating foods to help my body cleanse itself. This morning I had 2 eggs and this afternoon had lettuce with a little lime juice. I am still a bit hungry, but will have dried fruit once I get home. It's amazing how my life is turning itself around. I'm living for God and loving my life. I am so happy and know that God will guide me through and will be with me. I can truly say I am happy. October 12th, 2009. I have a lot to catch up on, but none of that is important right now. Right now I want to get to know my love, Yeshua, in ways unexplainable. I am beginning my journey to know him inside and out, all the while becoming closer to my Papa. October 13th, 2009. Let me start to explain all that has happened since I last updated, assuming what I remember is all that is important. Graduated high school and am attending college. I want to be an occupational therapist with a pediatric specialty. I am attending a community college this semester and hope to attend a university next semester. I have separated from most of my old friends. I had to force a break in mine and Robin's friendship for both of us. She was breaking me down and leaning on me instead of God. Mizu and Wiki have just slowly faded away when we stopped attending the same school. Things were just different with Shade. Things were more complicated. We were best friends since the summer of freshman year, going on 6 years. This summer we started to connect spiritually and opening up to each other in new ways. Him and his girlfriend Robin broke up after she cheated on him. I went away to visit family. When I came back, me and Shade spent every day together for a week. He was staying at my house. Something I'm not sure if I have mentioned is that Shade has been telling me that he loved me since sophomore year. We would always joke about it. Well, at the end of that week, he told me that he wanted to become fertilizer with me, that he wanted to be my boyfriend, then my husband, then a parent and a grandparent, then be buried next to each other and become fertilizer together. I had been praying and asking Papa about it beforehand and was told that Shade could become mine if he would step up. So when he asked, I agreed. He stayed at my house another week. I thought everything was fine. Before he left, he told me that I was too good for him and that he couldn't measure up. I asked him to pray about it and be sure before he made his final choice. After that I went off to visit my other family. While there, me and Shade talked. He told me that when he was with me he felt like he was in someone else's chair. Later I found out that he had been talking to his ex. He claims that the two had no connection, and the fact she slept with him and I wouldn't had nothing to do with it. I feel sorry for him, but no other emotion comes. I was upset at the time, more for him than at him, but it all faded to a dull sympathy. After that we simply faded apart. We said we would still be friends, but we have no connection there. I pray for him and Robin. But it just seems they aren't meant to be in my life anymore. I cried for both of them because I love them both, but I have to let them go. I have bonded so much closer to Rachel and her brother John. In fact, the whole Payne household is my family, and what a loving family it is. I never knew the bond of the brethren was so powerful. My mom is working a lot still, but I love her so much, and our relationship is healing. I have forgiven her completely, and am waiting for her to forgive herself. My little sister has really gotten into the Jewish thing, and even converted into the Hasidic way. My heart hurts to see her in such bondage, but I still love her. My brother and my relationship is better, but I found out he blames himself for a lot of stuff that happened to me as a kid. I tell him it wasn't his fault, and that I forgive him, but he said he feels like he deserves to go to hell. He told me about him killing people and even described one that happened while he was in jail. I've never felt so close yet so far away from my brother before. He says he is working on himself and his relationship with God. I hope he finds and clings to the light. He is pushing me to write and finish my book. I am almost done with the first in the series. I currently have a chapter or two left in editing. I just keep getting sidetracked. I need to make more time to focus on it. I know there is more to be said, but my wrist is hurting. That is the last entry I wrote down. And since then, in 2009, I have been completely and miraculously healed of all of my physical issues from the car accident and the medical issues with my stomach and all of the mental issues. There are no voices, no visions, no anything for since 2009. I've been off meds and healthy and living a mostly healthy life. Since then, some other stuff has happened. My sister, Rachel, the one I talked about in the last entry, and she was in the very first entry too. She's my best friend, and she's been with me through all of this. Her and my brother had a relationship, and she ended up pregnant. And I only found out recently that my brother had been abusing her in their relationship. So now she's broken free of that, and she has a beautiful, beautiful son, my lovely nephew, who I completely and totally adore. And my brother's basically disappeared off the face of the earth. I haven't heard from him in months upon months, and no one really has. So that's that. And besides that, I had a downfall. I had roommates. My mom went traveling, and I ended up living with some roommates of mine. And after about a year of living with me, I had my friends over, and we were kind of just messing around, having fun, and my roommates invited us to do drugs. And I had never done drugs before, ever before, and it was pot, and they were telling me, about it and everything. And so for about a month, no, it was a little less than a month that I did pot on a regular occasion, and it really messed up my life. Like, trying to remember there, I'm like, why did I do it? And it just, nothing really good came from it, and nothing was really accomplished except for the fact that I broke trust with some people, and my relationship with my friends was hurt a little bit because they kind of came with me with that, because we all kind of did it together, because they had done it before and I had never done it. I was the only one in the group that had never done it, so it was kind of exciting for them that I was new to it. But then everyone kind of got upset because they had never wanted to do it again. They had kind of made promises to themselves that they broke, and I had never wanted to do drugs, so I had broke that promise to myself as well. And also finding out that it was against my papa's wishes, that Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, my God, does not wish for us to do that, it was kind of hurt. And then it definitely was a stumbling block in my relationship with my roommates. A little while after that, my roommates